Generally, we have got two types of transistor. So I'm writing that we have got two types of transistor. One is known as the NPN transistor, and second one is known as your PNP transistor. Okay. So when we are talking about this NPN transistor, so I'm writing here that when we are talking about this NPN transistor, we say that this NPN transistor has got two N-type semiconductor separated by thin section of P-type. Okay, so it will be having a structure like this, that it will be your, this will be a N, then we will be having a P, and then we will be having a N. Okay, so this is my structure of a NPN transistor. So we can say that it has got two N-type semiconductor that is being separated by the thin section of a P-type semiconductor. Whereas when we are talking about this PNP transistor, we say that it has got two P-type semiconductor separated by thin section of N-type. Okay, so I will be having a structure like this. Okay, so I will be having a P here, then I will be having a N here, and then I will be having a P here. Okay, so this is my, one is the NPN transistor and another one is the PNP transistor. Now there are some point we have to remember, okay, or we can say there is the point to be noted. So I'm writing here point to be noted. So there are few points which we have to discuss. As we have already talked about that there are two PN junction. Okay, then therefore we can say that transistor may be regarded as a combination of a diode connected back to back, as we have already seen. So the first point is that we are saying that there are two PN junctions. Okay, as we have already discussed that the transistor can consider as a combination of two diode connected back to back with each other. The second point is that this transistor consists of three terminal. Okay, so we can say that this transistor has got three terminals. Okay, so you can see that we have represented this terminal 1, 2, 3, and I'm representing this 1, 2, 3. Okay, so these are the three terminals, one taken from each semiconductors. So when we are talking about the three terminal, what we are saying that, let's talk about this NPN transistor. So you can see that I have got a one terminal coming from the N type semiconductor, second terminal is coming from the P type of a semiconductor, and the third terminal is coming from the N type of a semiconductor. So this is with respect to the NPN transistor. Similarly, when we are talking about the P and P transistor, we can say that one terminal is coming from this P semiconductor, second terminal is coming from this N type semiconductor, and third terminal is coming from this P type semiconductor. And third point, which is very important point, okay, is that when we are joining these two semiconductor, we are saying that we have got a middle section which is very thin. Okay, so I'm highlighting this, that when we are talking about, let's say this, we were saying that this was very thin in the NPN transistor, and when we were referring to the PNP transistor, we were saying this middle layer was very thin. Okay, so the middle one which we are talking about has got a very thin layer, and this will provide the important function of a transistor to work. Okay, so later on when we will going to proceed in this course, we will going to see that why this layer is being thin. Okay, so it is one of the most important factor of any transistor. So I'm writing this third point also here, that the middle section is a very thin layers.